How to believe your worth as a woman business owner. This is huge. We didn't leave our corporate jobs to work from home to work all day, every day. Hi, I am Martha Krejci, and here's my dog Herman. I'm a business strategist that's teaching families how to build $10,000 a month plus income streams in 5 hours a week. If you are loving this video, be sure to go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Click the subscribe button and the bell so you do not miss a thing. This is huge. Whenever I started my business as a digital marketing agency, right? Whenever I started that business, it was a boys club, and being a woman business owner, still now, even with everything that I've done, still now, there's the feeling where the boys club is like, well, that's cute. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm squashing everything. So it is cute, and it's also the future. It's also, let me show all these women how to do it too, right? Because while you can sit around and say it's cute and adorable, as the boys club, right? It's cute and adorable. We're going to squash everything around us. And we're going to own this. And it's all going to be from a women's perspective, which is community building and nurturing. Watch the world change. So again, how to believe your worth as a woman business owner. Let's get into it. Number one, know who you're serving and take care of them. So this is something that I always, if you followed me longer than 5 days, you've heard me say, who are you talking to? Right? Who are you talking to? It's the biggest thing. If you don't know who you're talking to, you're literally talking to nobody, yeah? So what we need to know is who we're serving and who we're talking to. And it's very clearly in the way that I teach it and the way that I believe it, and what is duplicating and working for my people over and over and over again, is that we're talking to ourselves, but we're not talking to ourselves today. We're talking to ourselves 3 years ago, typically 3 years-ish ago, okay? Sometime, what has happened in the last 3 years? If you look back on your life 3 years ago, where were you? What were your dreams? What were you afraid of? What were the things that you wanted to do? What was the thing as you were sitting on the couch staring at the wall in your own downtime, right? What was the one thing that you were like, man, if somebody could just show me how to do X, Y, and Z? For me, whenever I was in corporate America, I was like, man, when I got the video of my daughter taking her first steps, that was just like, just my whole everything just went. It was almost like Big Hero 6? The movie where he's like a big poofy white guy. And then as he's like losing energy, he's sort of like deflating, and then he's like, that's what I felt like. I just felt like I was here, and then when I saw the video of her taking her first steps, you guys, I was like, and it's not bad to have those feelings. Those feelings are markers. Those feelings are benchmarks. Those feelings are, dare I say, nudges and divine interventions of, do you want this? This is what life can be like. Do you want this? Do you want this to be a microcosm of missing everything of hers growing up, right? And for me, no, I wasn't okay with that. And so whenever that happened, I was like, okay, I need to figure out a way to be able to make income from home. But all that I had ever heard of before, making income from home, is like doing weird, stuff in envelopes and, I don't know, just weird home-based stuff that didn't seem very lucrative. And I'm not like a not lucrative person. I'm not going to go do something that isn't lucrative. I'm going to do something that's going to rock and roll. I'm going to do something where I can expand beyond borders, right? And I didn't see that with stuffing envelopes. You know what I'm saying? Like as I looked through home business opportunities, I was like, none of this is super sexy, right? right? And so I didn't want to do that. And so that's the person that I talk to, because now that's what I've done. So who are you talking to, and how are you going to take care of them? That's the very first thing that we need to know on how to believe our worth as a woman business owner. Now, how does that correlate to our worth? That correlates in the fact that we're serving people. Our worth is directly associated with that. Our worth lights up, gets bigger, gets seen by us, which it's usually hardest for us to see our own worth, yeah? Tell me in the comments if it's hard for you to see your own worth. Tell me in the comments if it's easier for somebody else to see your worth, or if it's easier for you to see somebody else's worth than them to see their own. It's true. So it's directly correlating. When we know who we're serving and we know how we're going to serve them, and it lights us up to be able to serve this person, our worth gets bigger. Whenever our worth gets bigger, you guys, nothing can stop us. When our mission is very clear, our person we're serving is very clear, nothing can stop us. All right, number 2, allow feedback and use for growth. Okay, now how does this affect my worth, you might be saying? Because feedback, sometimes your feedback is, I don't like that, right? Sometimes that's people's feedback. Sometimes people aren't great with feedback. They're not great at giving feedback. A lot of people aren't great at receiving feedback. There's a whole thing, right? Let's talk about it. If we cannot use feedback for good, then what we're doing is we're representing a blind spot. We're representing a blind spot in our own lives, in our own business. When we have blind spots, we're now hitting a place where we can't grow anymore. Okay? Whenever we cannot accept or listen to feedback and grow with that feedback, you're done. So you have to make sure you're okay with feedback. Now, like I said before, some people are terrible with the way they deliver feedback, okay? Sometimes it looks a lot like complaining. Sometimes it looks a lot like, you didn't do this, you know? Sometimes it looks a lot like that. Sometimes it's downright accusatory, right? But what you have to do, you guys, is you need to be wise. You need to be able to have enough emotional intelligence to look at feedback and say, what are they really saying here? What are they really saying? What is something that I can do with this feedback? How is a way that I can make what I offer better? What is a way that I'm able to make this easier? So this feedback basically is representing that they're frustrated. Okay, let me see what they're frustrated about. Okay, cool. That's what they're frustrated about. How can I make that easier? And that's how feedback needs to be taken. Now, how does that directly affect your worth? That directly affects your worth because you, instead of taking what could look to be negative feedback, internalizing it as negative feedback and letting it chip away at your worth, what you do instead is you say, okay, I honor you as a person. Thank you for that feedback. Here's what I'm going to do with it. And then you're going to grow and you're going to show them what you're going to do with that. What that does to that person is that makes that person feel seen and heard. That's something a lot of people don't feel these days. In the comments, let me know what kind of negative feedback that you've gotten before. And then bonus, let me know what you've done with that feedback, or maybe even put in negative feedback that you got before that you hadn't done anything with before, but because of what you just heard here right now, you're going to turn it around and you're going to do something with that. Tell me in the comments if that's the kind of growth that's going on within you right now, because I love to see that. Love it. Number 3, how to believe your worth as a woman business owner. Give, 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 give. Okay? That's what we do, is we give. You develop your worth by giving. The way that you're going to depreciate your worth is by withholding. It's an interesting thing, isn't it? When you give more, your worth is more. When you withhold, your worth goes down. There's no lie. Try it. Try it. I give. I give like crazy because I know a lot. And I want everybody to know this stuff. And I want everybody to understand it because I want everybody to have this life because I know it's possible, right? I'm not here just wasting my time talking to a camera, right? I'm here talking to you because this is accessible for you. And I want this for you. What I could do is I could just hang out at my house all day. I don't really need to do anything. But that's not what I do. I show up and I give. And that increases my own worth. If I were to just not give anymore and have people, have my audience just be like, well, what now? My worth would go down. I would feel terrible. Because we're given the things that we know, we're given these things so that we can push it out, so that we can show people, right? So that we can make it accessible for other people. That's the truth. Tell me in the comments one way that you give to your community. How do you show up for your community? What do you give to your community? Okay, you guys? If you are watching on the YouTubes, what you're going to want to do is click on the subscribe button and also the bell so you get notified when new videos come on, okay? There's new videos on almost every single day. Some of them are live streams and some of them are produced videos that are just tutorials, okay? So you want to make sure that you're subscribed and that you've clicked the bell, or else you're not going to get notified when that stuff comes on. If you don't give a rip, then don't worry about it. But if you are building your business, if you are desiring to build income streams around yourself and your family, you're going to want to make sure that you do that, okay?